We're checking out Xigmatek. Got some new RGB fans and a very interesting idea for the fan controller. Check that out right there. That's going to be mounted in your PCI Express slot, and then you can route the cables around behind it through that little space right there. These are all RGB. It's an interesting effect right there. And over here, they've got their low-profile coolers. I think some of you guys may have seen these before. The pump, you see, is built right here into the radiator. And then we have a really, really low-profile block there. Nice copper on there, too. So that's pretty cool. Sila 240 and 120. Let's look at some cases over here. Got a few new cases. And they're sort of going for a mix of aesthetic and performance. All these cases you're going to notice on the inside are pretty open. And then they also have the mounting bracket here for the GPU. So you can show off your sexy GPU. Now you can fit 340 in the front here and then a 240 up on top. Right there. And I'll show you guys everything else that can go in there and we'll move on to the next one. The Streamliner. Now the Streamliner this is the one you can swap out the front, right? Streamliner is similar to the Frontliner, except just a few changes have been made. Mostly just the outside. The insides are pretty much the same if you guys have seen that one before. But what's cool about this is they can actually customize the entire front. Say an OEM shows up or somebody or a system builder, boutique or something, they want like, hey, we want to do our own custom version. Get your own custom ones. So this would be nice for modders as well. Now let's take a look at one that I think looks really nice. This is the Prosper. The Prosper has 4 tempered glass panels, one on the front, and this also fits a 360, not a 340 on the front, and up here on the top. Same thing for the Refract. The Prosper and the Refract are very similar in that way, and they also have the glass. So this one looks really nice because it has glass on all 4 sides. There's glass, there's glass, there's glass, and over there there's also glass. So lots of glass to show off your lights and show off your build. I'll show you a quick shot of the top. And we're not going to really get too under the hood here. I also want to note that all of these have the shielded area down here on the bottom so you can hide all your cables. Just you know, another little attention to detail that we're seeing a lot these days. But it's nice that they have it on all these cases. So all these cases and all these price points should have, you know, the shielding for the bottom for your power supply and everything. Speaking of power supplies, they have a new XFX power supply. It's 80 plus gold, up to 600 watts right here. And it's fully modular. If you want to go even smaller, they got this little guy here. It's 350 to 450 watts. It doesn't have the the crazy black theme, but it's also 80 plus. So if you're building a really small PC, but you want to put a decent GPU, CPU in there, this could probably handle it. All right, that's Xigmatek. You guys remember how much we like the Dark Base Pro from Be Quiet? By the way, we're at Be Quiet right now, just in case you didn't know. Well, now they've done it in white. But there's only going to be 2,000 of these, so the first 2,000 people watching this video should just go ahead and buy it. It'll be a collector's item one day. And remember, inside here, it's really easy to build with. This is one of the best cases that I've ever built in. And these things are just pretty much fully modular. You unscrew those in the back. So I had a lot of fun building with this. Easy to move around where the power supply goes and that sort of thing. This is also new, but they can't sell it in the USA because of damn lawsuits and patents and that sort of thing. But you can still get this if you order it from Europe. It's just their big 360 rad. And you know, water cooling unit. Next up over here, SFX-L power supply. They've also upped their game with the power supplies. I'll show you that in just a second. But this is the SFX-L, 500 to 600 at max. So that's going to be nice and fully modular there on the back. All right, let's look over at their new power supply, the Straight Power 11. So here's the old one, right? You can see there's lots of cords and cables and that sort of thing in there. The new model, moving on down, they've removed all of that, and now no need for cables and that sort of thing. So airflow is going to be much better. They're also using caps that are rated at 105C. So can't wait to play with one of these. Be Quiet showing off a case mod here. This is an old school Walkman. If you weren't alive in the 80s and 90s, you may not appreciate this as much, but you know, if you were, here you go. They're also showing off the Dark Base's ability to invert things. So that's the inside, the other everything inverted. I don't know what's going on down there. Asus and Gigabyte Oro. So this one's, see the motherboard's inverted that way and that way. A lot of stuff you can do with these cases. Impractical yet beautiful. This, I don't even have to say anything. I'm just going to point at this and let you guys look at this thing for a minute. You've seen it on a lot of other YouTube channels already. Now we're getting a chance to take a close-up look at this. There's the system inside. So this is actually going to be available for sale. Some of the cool things they were telling me about this is going to work with a couple different cameras here. You'll be able to do like motion controls on the cameras. Hey, I've just made it turn. But you can change like your RGB lighting and stuff with different gestures and things with these little cameras that are in there. Coming around to the back, we can see we got another reservoir over here and one of those big in-wind power supplies.
All the ports are going to come out the bottom on one side. Got some fans over here in the back. Latches together up here, 2 giant pieces of plastic, but it looks a lot like glass. So that's some pretty high quality plastic there on this thing. Now, you'll also be able to command this with your voice. You can say like, hey, turn on, or you can say like, hey, what are your specs? And it'll tell you, but right now it's too noisy in here. So voice control is not really a thing for this right now. All right, here it is, open. It is a really bright tube right there. Open, it kind of looks like a Cyber Pac-Man. Don't call it that, and don't get mad at me for calling it Cyber Pac-Man. So these new Mars fans right here, they clip onto existing fans, and then you can adjust them at you got 3 different axes to adjust. Oh, they feel really nice too. That's metal. I thought that was going to be plastic. Damn, that's premium. So this Polaris, low-cost model. You pick your color. RGB model, and this is awesome. You can daisy chain these things, modular cables right there. So daisy chain them all you like right here, RGB. And then if you want to go one step up even more, aluminum, and you can daisy chain these as well. Let me show you this aluminum right here, guys. Aluminium, everybody in Europe, I know, you're gonna say it in the comments. Why you American blokes say aluminum makes me spill my porridge down my pants. It's more of a Scottish thing, isn't it, porridge? In your pants. If you want a really minimal headphone stand, how about a mag ear? Clip it right there on your, basically just magnetizes to the side of the ear case. Does it also stick, or is it just magnet?
It's a magnet.
Magnetic. There you go. Hang your HyperX Cloud or whatever else you got. Here's the 806. That's plywood, layered plywood, because it's easier to bend. All the way up here. And there's the bend. Goes on back. Nice finish to it. So the idea here really is just they wanted something that's very clean and elegant. I mean, this is not going to be something that you buy as a budget case. This is going to be something you buy because it's elegant, it's clean, it's like you are. You know, they didn't skip out on the features though. You've got a dust filter right in here that's easy to remove. You've got a little space there above it. A little, breathing room is what that's going to be. And then if you want to open this thing, there's just a little button back here. Press the button and there we go. So all you do is press the button and now you're on the inside. Some bended tubes and fancy things in there just to show it off. But again, we have a large open area here to play with on the inside. If you want to go a little bit smaller, they've got their cube case down here, the Gaming Cube A1. Also with a smaller piece of wood on the top. Got a nice feel to it. It looks like a little piece of hardwood. Pretty cool. A lot of room in there for graphics cards and that sort of thing. And a little glow on the bottom. Pretty sleek stuff here from Inwin.